I think I'm live. I think. Can you check? Mm-hmm. I think I'm live. Let me see now. Yeah.
I can see you there. Hello.
Okay. Now can you check the audio and the
Yeah, I
image?
can hear myself there.
Oof. Okay. I don't know. It's the same
I
thing.
can't see it.
I did the same thing, but
I'm not sure what happened then.
and
Um,
can you hear Luis?
Hello,
Lucy,
hello.
can you say something?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah. Here, waiting. Can you hear me?
Yes,
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Now I can see.
yeah, I can hear you very well.
Okay. So both
Yeah,
are
everything looks fine.
Okay.
To be honest.
okay. Good. Let me just check myself. Well, can you speak, Mariano? Please.
So
Can you speak,
you
Mariano?
use the white YouTube. You use the
Yeah,
white
yeah.
YouTube.
So what's the matter?
Sounds really weird.
Okay.
Oh, what happened?
What?
What sounds weird?
I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
there, right?
everything looks fine, right?
Okay. Yeah. I think we're good. We're good. Can you turn your camera, Mariano?
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
Perfect.
Great.
So everything
So
looks fine.
we can start. Well, just like monitor the transmission. So in order that
Okay.
nothing goes
Yeah, sure.
over.
Let me open.
Yeah.
Let me open it here. Oh, and turn off the audio. We're live. Oh, okay. So yeah, we are here. Let's
Great.
get started.
So welcome again. We had some issues with the transmission. We will sort these problems eventually, hopefully next time. And this time we are discussing Stalker, the 1975 film by Tarkovsky. And I think,
Nine.
yeah, 1935, right?
No, 1975.
39?
Or, or
79.
9.
79, yeah, 79.
Yeah.
Sure thing. And yeah, can you tell us, Mariana, a bit more of this film?
Yes. Thank you very much. So let's talk a little bit of the plot summary of this movie. Actually, it's just like a guide, hired guide, who leads two clients. One of these guys is a writer, and the other one is like a professor, like a scientist. Uh, so yeah, both of them wants to reach this really special place, which is the zone. We are not really sure about how they or this place is. I mean, what is going on there, but we know that it's a little bit weird and special things happen, and also we know that a bunch of people try to get into it and lost their way back, so no one found them ever again. But in this place, in the zone, is this room, is the room, uh, how they call it, which is a place that it's supposed to give you like one of your deepest desires. So the whole idea of these people is reach this place and have it, uh, yeah, like their wishes. So more or less this is the idea of the movie. It's a really a strange one. Also, it's like too slow if you ask me. Obviously, because it's like the way they used to make these films. Sorry, I mean it's not bad, but just a thing to have it in mind. So yeah, more or less is this idea. The the plot of the movie, and of course, through the whole movie, we are uh, starting to know who these people are and why they want to reach this place and how they see life, which is the interesting part, like the different point of views of how we use this place and how life should be or not, or how everything is. So yeah, it's really interesting to see it, and more or less that's it. So that's like the plot. Leo, can you help us with a little bit more about Andrei Tarkovsky, which is the director of the movie? We have something
Yeah, sure.
about him.
You have some of the like details that you
Oh
wrote.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I have it here. Uh huh. Um. So yeah, I mean, of course, he's a famous filmmaker. Um. 1 second, because I'm reading the notes. He studied music and Arabic in Moscow before enrolling in the Soviet film school. So yeah, of course, this movie is a Soviet one. They are speaking in Russian, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Or it
Yeah. Yeah.
was? Yeah, it was Russian. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult to follow the audio with the uh, yeah, with everything happened there. So yeah, he shot the international attention with his first feature, Ivan's Childhood. I do not know it, which won the top prize of the Venice Film Festival. So yeah, this give him some high expectations of his second feature, Andrei Roble, which was banned by the Soviet authorities for 2 years. So yeah, this guy has like a bunch of great movies, and I believe this one is one of the more spread ones. Like everyone knows Tarkovsky for this movie, and it's if you ask me, it could be a little bit strange because on this side of the world, uh, it's not too common to see this kind of movies of the Soviet Union or Russian movies,
Yeah.
right? So, so that's something good. And why do we choose this film? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was
So
mostly for the Day of the Earth, and
that's right.
we choose it also for the
Mhm. And
religious
religion.
aspects. Yeah.
Yeah, and the religion that yeah we choose this because I mean it's not the main topic of everything in the film, but of course we can like have some of those ideas here, right? Like how we are working with the earth and how we are working with the religion or God. Not sure how to say it. Okay, so
And also,
uh yeah, sure.
sorry, something interesting here. According to IMDb, in the mini biography, they say that this movie, I mean, this is not the original one, but it says like it was, there was an accident in the laboratory or somewhere, and they had to reshot the film with a small budget. So this is
Yeah,
not the
that's
actually the
true.
first time they filmed.
That happened.
Yeah.
There was an issue in the process when they were like in the revelation room. That's the name,
Uh-huh.
and the
Okay.
whole film like ruined. Like it was horrible, like in a ugly blue kind of color. And I think maybe they used some parts, like with the sepia. Maybe there are
Yeah.
used a little bit. So that's why it's there's like a divided section of colors and all. But after this movie, Tarkovsky
Ah.
was exiled. Like he was like almost going to prison. Like the Soviets were like, "You ruined this movie. Where you're going to the gulag." Like completely,
Yeah,
and he
because
left
this guy
to
is
Italy.
the
Yeah,
government's money, right?
yeah, yeah. And it's like the
Okay.
in that moment it was like the Communist Party money. So yeah,
Yeah,
interesting part.
that's right.
So it's kind of
They couldn't.
a cursed movie in a way. But yeah,
That's
there are
interesting.
interesting stories. Yeah,
That's a way, a better, a great way to start talking about the movie because Of course, we can see that we have some different like colors in the film. The very beginning, almost the first 30 or maybe more minutes, 35, 40 minutes,
Yeah.
are like black and white. So I was thinking that kind of strange because on that time they have colors, but yeah, you know, could be like an artistic decision, right? But once they get into the in the zone, we can see that everything changed to color, like a normal colors.
Yeah.
But also, in one of the very first moments where they just stay there to relax a little bit on their path. I'm not sure if you remember that the Stalker had these kind of dreams where yeah, with this dog, which is the only other living thing there on the zone
Yeah.
beside them. So I was thinking that this use of the colors were like yes, like an artistic option to show us like the ruined world they were trying to escape,
Mm-hmm.
the natural but complicated world into the stone. And when they are yeah sleeping, I guess was this sepia color was like his dreams. So I'm not sure if that was my first thought, but once you are telling us, Leo, that the whole issue with the movie in the Revelation room, I'm not sure what to think. So I was thinking that. So I mean, do you get it in the same way or what?
Yeah, well, there are some. It's a complicated movie in a way. Tarkovsky did many films, like 7 films in his whole trajectory, and this was his fifth, if I remember. And this one they wanted to be more commercial, so the Soviet party tried to make the movie like more appealing in a way, and so there are scenes that are intertwined to give a sense of more emotion to the film, but I don't know which scenes are, and so because some of them got ruined, and it's a mixture of things. So it's kind of a miracle that the film makes sense and that it exists, but I wouldn't bet on any theories because I think there was many wills like trying to make this movie a success in a way, or trying to get the money in a way. And so I think there is a vision in there, but I don't know what to say in the technical aspects of it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So what do you think? This it was like a technical thing, or they wanted to show us something?
Yeah, at the first time I thought something similar to you. Like I was thinking that probably was related to what they said about life, how trees and people are usually, or when they are babies and young, are flexible and soft. And because at the end of the movie, it's colorful. And I was thinking like, I remember that what parts were colorful
Yeah,
and which ones
you
were
remember that last
not
scene
that
with
way.
the daughter? Like it's color, and I think that scene was added like in the end, but it makes sense in a way because the daughter is related to the zone. So maybe and the zone is in color, and so yeah, we have like that way, but I think also that scene was added later. So I don't know.
Okay. So yeah, that was the idea, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't like the first thing they want to show us these changes in colors, but they at the end
Yeah, it works.
they
Like yeah.
yeah, it was like hey, here we can yeah trying to share another layer of meaning or whatever with these guys, but so yeah, perfect then. So let me continue with that idea.
Mhm.
Not with the colors, but with in that moment. where they were dreaming. Uh, Once they are at the zone, um, the writer says something about that he's not when he start to have some doubts about they should reach this room.
Hmm.
Uh, and the writers say, I don't remember the phrase, but was like, right to be remembered. So this guy has this issue of wanting to be, he wants to be something or someone to the other ones, right? He wants to be remembered and his recognition for the others. So I was thinking, um, he has this desire of being noticed, but at the same time, he knows that once he reaches this room, and everyone, I mean, he say it actually, what happens if I go out of here and now I'm a genius? Everything's done. I mean, I'm there. And then what next is something really in match with what we were saying in the last week, the last movie about that we as humans, the desire is something that push us to do things. So once you reach it, is you can see that it's not everything about that thing, but the way you made to accomplish that goal or whatever. So he has this on mind. So he started having doubts. But I'm not sure if you agree with me or you can see it in a different way. And also how this related to the other guy with the professor, because they have like different point of views.
Hmm.
I obviously I prefer the way the writer sees everything, right? It's like a very realistic guy, and I like that. But yeah, how do you see it? I mean, is it a better way to see the things, or what? What do you think about these two guys and their desires?
Yeah, let me just say that to me, I see it more in the Stalker, like this way, like I was talking to Luis before this meeting, like the very first scene, it's like this home, and you see this his whole family dynamics and all this guy wants is to go to the zone again. Like he doesn't need to fulfill his dream; he just needs an escape. And so I think everything that we are doing, like the will of the professor and the way of the no no the writer and the professor to build this bomb and destroy, like it's just a drive towards something. And so if you remove that will or that outcome to get to that place, it's just suffering. And I think the movie, it's actually about faith. Like you need to have faith in something. And the professor had faith in science or in stopping this way, and the writer had faith in his art and it was a crisis. And the stalker, he just had faith in the whole zone. Like, but for these three men, like they just need an outcome or a way to move away from something. And I think that relates to also to the color that we were talking. Like first is just gray and sepia and ugly, and then it's like more lively or color and all. But the way I see this movie is just like a journey of faith. Like you cannot reach towards that point because then there's no meaning. And so faith is a continuous continuum of trying. And I don't know, it's interesting to see it. Like we will never be happy if we get our biggest desire. And I think there's something also with the subconscious, but maybe we can talk about that later. It's yeah, sure, but that's the way I see it. Like mostly with the stalker, like this, like he doesn't need to fulfill his dream; he just needs to leave to the zone. And I think that speaks a lot to what humans are trying to do in this world. Yeah.
Very different perspectives. I was thinking probably the director chose intentionally these three guys, like a writer, we have an artist, and we have a scientist, and we have a religious man, right? Like the Stalker. Um, so they have, as Leo said, different kinds of faith. They believe in different things. They have different perspectives. But at the same time, I think that they were wondering. I mean, for me, the main point of the movie is why are we here? I mean, it's about self-discovery, the meaning of our life. Where do we come from? Is there a God? And if so, why do we want to know? What I think it was the writer said that. Like, okay, even if there is a God, I mean, what does it mean, or what changes in your life if you know, right? What's different? I mean, why do you we need to know that? So, for me, the point is like, why are we here? What's the purpose in our lives? And I think that they three have different ways to see that.
Okay. Uh, I want to talk about that, about how we see life, and it's related to. Okay, just to finish that idea, I think that yes, I agree. I mean, I really like this writer guy because it's a idealist, good, and I really like that. But I know that in my life I am more closer to the Stalker, in, not in everything, but in towards productivity.
Yeah,
To I mean, while it gives me meaning to my life.
like a duty in a way. Like,
I'm not sure it's a duty because meaning. I mean, meaning. I like that word because it gives me something is to help the others,
mm,
help people with something that right. Uh, that they really, I really like it. I mean, I like to help the others in very different ways. Giving something, money, food, helping you with your bags, or listening to you, give you advice with my work, with my knowledge, with whatever. I mean, in any way I can help the other, I like it. So I feel related to the stalker in that sense because he has uh, like a really tough life, really hard conditions, he said like, "Hey, I'm miserable, but the only thing that gives me meaning is to help the others to reach this room. So I know how to do it, and I like to help them, and I feel that I can do something for the others. So I'm related to this guy in that sense.
yeah,
Um, but with what you were saying, Luis, I'm thinking of one of these scenes. I believe that it's almost the same one where this guy was dreaming, and the voice of a girl says something about the pass of time and how everything that we as humans can do is nothing to the nature. It says just like it's moving and everything down. Can speak English, please don't say it. But as this person is talking, we can see in the images a bunch of different things in a river or in the water, like everything's full of dirt, so it's not really clear what is there. But we can see some things like some medicines or injections, or I'm not sure. We can see a bunch of coins, a weapon. We can see like a machine gun. Also, what else? Like a spoon, and I remember this image of a, I'm not sure if it's like a pastor or father or how these Protestant guys on Russia say it, like a religious guy, like an image. or maybe a same friendship. But for me, it's really interesting this idea, and I was thinking that this is the main thing related to the Earth Day. That everything that we can build as humans is nothing if we are not connected with the Earth, with the living things, with our race. So, so I'm not sure if you have it, and are on the same page. But for me, it was like really clear. They show us that everything that we can build, from science or religion or economy or any other weapons of war or whatever, this uh, could be destroyed uh, for the nature, and nature can destroy it. So I'm not sure if you have the same thoughts about it, or if you can see these kind of messages in another parts of the
I remember. I don't. It was a while since I saw this film, but I remember there's a scene when they are sleeping and they are having a conversation. Is that the one you're talking? And there's like a long shot. And they are like in a trance state. Yeah, no, it's really good.
world. We are seeing,
Yeah,
it's like a river. I'm not sure if it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
river,
yeah, yeah. It's like some a water flowing in a way, but
but and we are listening to this the professor and
yeah,
the writer, and at a certain point just stop talking,
yeah.
and after that, a woman voice that says something related to all of this. So yeah, I'm not sure if I saw it, and I believe it is the only really clear message,
Hmm.
like really direct message of that nature is more powerful than everything that we can build. So I'm not sure if you see everything related to that in any other part.
Well, I don't know if in the movie, but what I find strange is that the place is called the Zone, and then Chernobyl happened like years after, and so that's like the main thing that I see, and this kind of exclusion zone and how nature kind of evolves in its own microcosm or enclosed space, and the sun works in its own way, and so radiation also makes things work in its own way, and I don't know. There are some similarities in a way with the zone and Chernobyl and all, but I don't know. I just
I'm
yeah.
looking here at the date, and was 1986 Chernobyl accident,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the movie was released at 1979,
Yeah,
right?
but it's kind of the same mood. It's the same mood. It's the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, it was an exclusion zone. Like you cannot go to Chernobyl and Pripyat in those days, and so you needed, if you wanted to go, like a stalker to guide you to stay away from certain dangerous places. But what? Oh, there's like a sound. What I really like of this movie is like the way the zone works. Like this guy throws coins, and it has like the its own way of working.
Right?
Yeah,
Yes, and
yeah, yeah. It's like why does he do that? I don't know. And I think nature works in its own way, and so nature has its own mechanisms, but the human mind just it's different. It doesn't operate in the same kind of way, and so it's always clashing. And there's issues with that because everybody has a different will or a different desire, but it's not the same desire or rhythm that nature has. And so I think that's the main issue with our times. We have too many desires that don't correlate to nature, and so I don't know. We could view it as like Chernobyl thing, like this energy and this military race and war in a way, and that causes so much transgression to the nature, and so yeah, no, I just see like a clash between the human and nature in our times, and I don't know. Maybe we need more integration, or there will be more places like the Stalker, like the zone. Yeah,
Okay, please tell me. 'Cause I'm trying to think about it.
yeah,
But yeah, tell me, did you feel something about nature there besides the river thing?
Yeah, totally. I think it was an excellent choice because it's really connected to the previous movies, like the Tree of Life and how small we are in the universe. And as you said, like we are nothing compared to nature. And then in the last one, the no evil. What was the name? There is no evil, or evil
yeah.
doesn't exist.
Evil does not exist. Yeah,
Uh, they also mentioned something like this in this movie. They said like, I mean, the stalker said like, okay, it's not, it doesn't matter if you are good or bad. I mean, the zone only, it's like there is a, I mean, if I understood that part, it's a
Whoa, whoa,
random,
whoa,
or
sorry,
it's
sorry,
not
sorry, sorry, sorry.
about who is good or bad.
Sorry.
yeah.
I think that in the live stream we are just saying the Leo place. I'm not sure if you are
No,
sharing that.
No, really. How long? How long it's been like? And the audio?
Sure.
Really? No, come on. But
I'm
we
not.
no, I told you to check the, the live stream.
Yeah, my bad, my bad.
Can you
Not
see
sure
it
what
now?
happened.
Like,
Uh, I can. Hello, hello, hello. 1 second. Yeah, yeah, I can see. I can see it now.
and the
Yeah,
audio.
everything's fine. Let me check. I will turn off this.
If not, I will reupload this video, like with the stalker footage, with us talking with a river and all.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
perfect,
that
right?
that could
That's
work.
perfect. That's a good. Yeah, yeah, I can hear us perfectly. Yeah, the audio is it's fine. It
Okay,
was not sure what happened. Sorry, Luisito. Sorry to interrupt you. Please continue. Yeah, everything's fine
yeah,
now.
okay,
no problem. So yeah, it's like there is. It reminded me of the Tree of Life, and because there is no, like it's not, how can I say it, like objective or no, like a subjective or intended reason for why things happen. I mean, it gave me the idea that everything that happened in the zone was according to the way they behaved. Like there is free will, and according to their own behavior, the zone reacted. Right. That's why this stalker was very concerned about the way, like, okay, be careful,
Yep.
don't bring your weapons, be respectful, because the zone will react according to your own behavior, right? So it's like we are, I mean, we are the architects of our own destiny, according to what I could understand. So yeah, that's why what it made me think about the nature and the way the things happen there. But also, I don't know if you agree. At this, I was expecting every time for something bad happening. I didn't really understand why there is a scene when the writer just decided to go on his way. I mean, he didn't want to follow he didn't want to surround the valley, and he wanted to go just straight
yeah.
forward to the point.
Mhm.
And then he decided to come back, right? I don't understand. I didn't understand what really happened that moment. Like he saw something, a shadow or something, but it was weird. But at the end, I didn't see anything weird. I mean, everything was like a normal forest to me. But we were always expecting something really bad to happen. So I didn't understand. It was only in the mind of the stalker, and the others. I mean, the scientists and the writer were like, okay, this guy is crazy, or what's going on, or I don't know. It was like the same environment, but seen in three different perspectives. That it was completely weird. I mean, and I was expecting something worse to happen that didn't ever. Uh, yeah, it didn't ever happen. So
Yeah.
Happened.
it was weird to me.
Like,
In that scene, I believe that, or I mean, I was thinking that this guy just tried to go there, uh, tried to walk him forward, and he he's like staring at something or someone, and he hears like like that you should turn back, or please come back, or something, like someone calling him to turn back.
Yeah.
He returns, and then he asks to the stalker and to the professor that, hey, why did you ask me to come back? And they said like, hey, we didn't ask you anything, right? We are just here waiting for you. So I was thinking the very first thing was probably it's like a machine, time machine or something. Uh, and these guys saw these other dudes in the future, in a really near future, and they are trying to whatever. But I mean, at the end, nothing happens. So I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't have the answer. That was weird. Also, there's a scene where you can see how everything on the earth is like moving, like a yeah, like in a
Hmm.
smile, no, slime, like the earth is moving. Uh, so that's the only other weird thing I can think about. And of course, that do you remember in this chamber where it was like some dunes
Hmm.
of sand?
Yeah, there's
Do
like a
you remember
bird
that?
that shows up and
Yeah, the
like
bird is
glitches. Yeah,
yeah,
glitches
it
out.
appears on the other side then, right?
Yeah,
So maybe that's why they were throwing these gears with the paper. I'm not sure what was that. But yeah, you're totally right. Everything looks like it's super weird, but we cannot see any monster or something too heavy.
yeah,
It's just that we are expecting something to happen. Maybe also because the budget and because they didn't have um, the whole technology that we have now. They decide to go in this way and do it more like in their minds. So yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest, but there are not too crazy things. Just
yeah.
we know that it's a crazy place, but not sure why, right?
But that's interesting. Like before, I said like maybe this movie is about the subconscious, and Tarkovsky has this idea, like his whole filmography, it's about maybe faith or like the strange part of our minds, like the like imagine like a water and you're like just floating in that space and suddenly images
Okay.
come to your mind, and so he likes like that subconscious, and so he wouldn't do the movie like with monsters and all. That would be like the American way, if we could say
Yeah.
it. And that's the problem with me with the movie because it's too slow. Like I agree, it's too slow. If it was a bit more fast paced, it would be
Yeah.
so good because it the images and everything. But if we see it as a travel to the subconscious, it's actually interesting because in our subconscious there are no monsters. There are, it's just it works differently, but you're not sure how. Like when images pop from your mind, it's like a different space or a different way of looking at life. But it's I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. You don't know how it works or how it functions, and so I think this director worked with his subconscious to get his ideas, and that's why the zone it's that way, like a physical manifestation of a subconscious or a subconscious intelligence in a way. I mean, I think this movie it's a book, and it's about aliens and this invasion to the zone, and so it relates to the movie like 2001. Like we have this idea of evolution, but with an alien kind of intervention. But Tarkovsky didn't want to create like that alien, and so he did the movie more like a faith crisis or like
Mm-hmm.
a journey of to the subconscious. But it's interesting to also think as the zone as an alien space. Like I mean, something happened there from beyond this planet. And so we could view it in these two ways, like a external reality, but also the the internal, and I think that's a complete way to looking at this journey. I don't know. That's the way I look at this movie.
Yeah, yeah, but sounds. I mean, I do not know anything else about Tarkovsky, but I can totally agree with what you said. Um, so yeah, yeah,
No,
totally agree.
he has some good movies. There's one called Andrei Rublev. I think you mentioned that. That's a really
Yeah, yeah, the
really
first
good
one,
movie.
the first
I
one
think
you
that's my
can make.
favorite, like Andrei Rublev. And there's also like one Solaris. It's also good. A bit slow also, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, his movies are slow, but they are good. And there's one called The Mirror, and I think that's his best one in a way. Yeah, if you want to see like good Tarkovsky, The Mirror, pretty good.
Nice. Okay. I was thinking about if the sound has this kind of conscious, and the sound knows if you are a bad people or good people, and also it can see if you behave in a certain way.
Hmm.
Why the sound give them the opportunity to bring the bomb and also to have the backpack once more. Do you remember that this professor guy
Yeah.
leave it behind? So why? If you know, if the sound can knows that kind of things, why they have this chance? I mean, at the end they didn't turn on the bomb. I know, but or maybe the sound knows the future. No, or fates could be.
That's interesting. Ah, I don't know if the future, but maybe it relates to like a free will in a way, like an
Hmm.
extension of a consciousness, and it's a consciousness that it's not related to a survivalist kind of way. Like that consciousness doesn't care if he's alive or he isn't, and I think that's what makes us human and animals and all, just trying to survive always. But if you have consciousness without that survival kind of way, I don't know, something strange happens there.
Could be. Good. What do you think, Luis?
I was thinking like, yeah, I didn't understand that scene at the. I mean, I think it's also something from the whole movie, right? Like the time doesn't follow a straight line. That is like, okay, once they are in the room, and then they are in the zone, and then they are in the dunes, and then you see the professor with the backpack, and they say like, oh, where were you, right? I mean, how did you overtook us, right? And he was like, oh no, I just came back, right, for my backpack. So it's they play the director plays a lot with the time and the sequence of things. I don't really know what was the intention of that, but also I would like to say from what Leo said that to me, I mean, I have no idea that this director was especially concerned or interested in the subconscious mind. But I did, so, I mean, I saw that there was a focus on self-discovery. I mean, it's not only about why we are here and there's a God or not. I mean, all the people, as the Stalker said, that he discovered that they showed their true face while once they were there. Like he said, like, okay, I cannot know the kind of people they bring there until they are in the room, right? That's where they show their real them, their real being. So for me, that was pretty interesting. And then they were talking about this porcupine that in Russian was pretty different, but in the translation appeared as porcupine, which I think it's also a very important part of the film, right? Like this guy who killed his brother because he was looking for money, and it's pretty similar to very legends here in Zacatecas. And then after having everything and being rich or with the money, he just decided to hang himself, right? So So yeah, for me this part was also well, I wanted to mention it. Like it was important because I thought it was like they were suggesting that it's not the zone, or it's not the God, or it's not the devil, the ones who is going to judge us. It's ourselves, right? We are our own judges, and we are going to. I mean, it's that's why it's very important to act according to our own values, and yeah, all this journey was about self-discovery, not specifically about the zone or about God, or maybe yes, but more about the self-discovery of each character, how they were developing and how they were discovering who they were and what they really wanted in life. And they at first didn't know, as mentioned, as Leo said, like they also the writer mentioned something like that, like, okay, I don't know what I really want. It's very difficult to know because one day probably I want to be healthy, but I want a hamburger at the same time. So it's very difficult to really know what we want in one moment. But I think that it's something that we discover through the journey, right? So yeah, it was kind of the idea of the part.
Yeah, even in those small choices, right? Even with the food is difficult. So how there can we choose a path to follow in our entire life?
Yeah.
I was thinking about what you said. Is it related to God? Do you remember once more? Because for me, is one of the biggest part of the movie when these guys are sleeping. Once these stalker wake ups,
Mhm.
do you remember what he was saying? He was talking something. He just wake up and start talking. What he was saying was a part of the Bible. Um, this guy is telling us the. I'm not sure it's a versículo or doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
this is a part of the Bible where Jesus is. Yeah. Look for it. Thank you. Uh, Jesus was just crucified. Yeah, crucified is the word. Um, and these two guys, farmers, people, humble people, are going um, to the city, and they are talking and they are sad because Jesus was killed, right? And this guy who is Jesus approached them. They don't know that he is he, and ask them, "Hey, why are you sad? No, what happened?" And these guys tells everything to him. And okay, so in the movie we can see that, and that's it. Uh, they do not share. The Stalker do not share any more of the Bible, of the part of the Bible. But the story was like they just keep going to the city, and in a certain point, they want to rest in a home. The three of them, the two poor people and Jesus, uh, and they ask him to stay the night with them. They offer him like shelter and food and water, and hey, you can stay here and we can continue the travel tomorrow morning. And in that moment, they just suddenly know that he is Jesus, and they know for a fact that he is alive once more. So that's the story of the Bible. So why do Tarkovsky use this scene of the Bible, this idea, and why is just next to the scene of the river, and everything that the humans can build is destroyed? I want to ask. I ask you to think about it, but my answer is uh, that no necessary is because the answer is God and we should go to Him and that's it. But maybe it's more related to hope, just what you said. So the idea of the religion and Jesus Christ gives people hope. to go forward, to do something with your life. When the things are really hard, you need like someone to help you out, and that's the how the religions, every religion works, and especially the Catholic one. These guys are not Catholic, are Protestant. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
they are
Orthodox
like
maybe. Like
Orthodox. Yeah,
yeah,
the Orthodox. That's right. So which is a Christian religion, but it's not Catholic. But doesn't matter. I mean, they use the same Bible. So for me, this guy used this exact part of the Bible because it represents hope. These guys, the poor people, have no hope that story. Just at the end, they have faith. Faith, faith. I'm not sure how to say it in English. Then
yeah, faith.
Yeah, faith.
Yeah,
faith. Yes, faith.
faith.
Okay, they have it, but they are really really sad because the Son of God is now dead. So hey, what should we do now? Everything is done, right? And they get it back, this hope of a better future or something there, once they realize that Jesus Christ is in front of them. So yeah, for me, that's why they use this part of the Bible. So, but yeah, I'm not sure. What do you think about it? Why should be important to have Jesus Christ in this kind of movie? Any thoughts? It's not that simple. I know this because sorry, I know this because I'm a atheist, but my whole family and especially my mom is a really religious woman, and I really enjoy to know more about things and to have more tools just to to express myself, of course, and more tools to for knowing that I don't believe in that. So yeah, but yeah, why Tarkovsky used this scene or this idea, this story of the Bible? What do you think about it?
Well, I really don't know, and I really want to know. That's why I want to know Leo's
Let me look
opinion
for it.
because I
I
was
don't know you. Uh-huh.
yeah. There is another scene that it's I mean it's very popular on images. I saw it on the trailer that the writer is wearing like the Jesus
Yeah,
crown,
like a
like the
crown of
spine
thorns.
crown,
Yeah.
but I didn't understand. But why? I mean, what's your version, Leo? Because I didn't understand it.
I
I'm
didn't get
curious
it.
about
Sorry.
it.
No, that Luis is saying that
Yeah,
there's a picture of the writer with the crown of thorns, like with Jesus, like he puts this in
My
the head.
goodness, yeah,
Yeah,
that actually that was
it's true.
my next question because
Yeah,
because yeah, it would blow my mind. Maybe if I need to ask you, as like really fast, because this guy was the writer,
yeah,
right,
the writer. Yeah,
writer. And this guy is an idealist guy, just as religion, just as Jesus. Jesus is there or tries or everything in the Bible push us to be better, but it's not how the world is. They are trying to have a better world. So, which is the problem with the professor? The professor say, "Why you are talking about this? Where outside of this zone, people are starving. So
yeah,
everything it do not make sense, right?" So maybe it's just that the connection of the yeah being that level of uh, desire to be more than the world can be to be better. And probably that, but I'm not sure. Let me think about it. Sorry, I was looking for the story of the Bible.
yeah. I don't know when you were saying this story of the Bible, and I kind of thought of the journey of this professor and this writer and everybody. I just see it as a way that everybody's looking for a kind of certainty. Like nobody's sure about anything. They don't even are sure about what they desire. And so we are in this world with, I don't know, we don't comprehend, but we know, or we can direct ourselves to a certain outcome. And so the professor has the tool of blowing everything up. With science you could do that, but if you don't use science, you have yourself and or your faith. And so that's why the writer, he, I mean, there's a, I remember there's a like phrase or a conversation that he hated putting so much of himself into his work. Like he didn't want it that. He wanted some to stay away from his work a little bit. But your life is your work in a way. And so I don't know, the writer, it's uh, closer to the idealistic way of Jesus. And so I don't
Yeah,
know, you cannot do,
absolutely.
you cannot destroy the world like the professor, but you can give yourself, but that's so complicated. that's that's something,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a
it's the
big.
the biggest like path you can take. And I don't know. I just see it as three lost souls, like in this movie, like just looking for something, and not knowing
I,
really why you're looking for it, but you know there's something, and that's the hope that you're saying. Like you are
okay.
looking for something because you know there's some. But if you are not looking, you're just like, imagine just being in the beginning of the movie inside the home, just uh, feeling miserable like that. That's not a possibility. You need to go and search for something else.
Okay, I have this story here. Do
Yeah,
you? I
yeah,
mean, it's really, really small.
sure.
Let me read for you. Oh my goodness, this Bach is here. It's really hard to to be with the nature. My goodness. So the story is the walk to Emmaus, but in Spanish is Los discípulos de Emmaus from Lucas 30, 24, 13, 35. So, is on the same day Jesus rose from the dead, two of his followers were walking from Jerusalem to Emmaus, deeply saddened because Jesus had been crucified. As they talked, Jesus himself came up and walked beside them, but they were kept from recognizing him. Jesus asked them, "What are you discussing so sadly?" They repeatedly about Jesus of Nazareth. We had hoped he was the Messiah, but he was crucified. Then Jesus explained how the scriptures foretold the Messiah's suffering and glory. As they reached Emmaus, the disciples urged Jesus to stay. At dinner, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and gave it to them. Oh, I didn't know that part, or I didn't remember. And suddenly their eyes were opened. They recognized him, but he vanished. That's it. That's the whole story. Uh, I mean, Tarkovsky showed us almost everything but the last thing. Uh, okay, yeah, I really like it. I really like the idea of this. The more idealistic guy of the group is the one who chooses to wear this crown of thorns. So, so yeah, I really like it. I really agree with that. With those thoughts. What do you think, Luisito? Why this guy used it, or anyone else? Okay, okay. My goodness. If the writer is the one who chooses to follow or to represent the path of the idealistic things equal to the religion thing or God or Jesus. The other two guys, who are they?
Yeah.
What kind of
I mean, it's the rational mind and science. It's a
professor? The
rationality. Yeah, the
professor.
professor is the rationality.
Yeah, which is
And
like the other side
yeah,
of
it's
of
the
the scale.
completely. And the writer, it represents art and the potential possibility of a better future, and the rational is like, okay, that better future can be accomplished through step one, two, three, four. It's different. It's a different way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
that's
the stalker, I don't
yeah. The
know.
Stalker.
Who
Where
is
is this
he?
guy?
Like, who is he? I don't know.
Who is he? Oh, okay. Yeah, Luis, please tell us because we are taking too much time of the mic.
Yeah, I was thinking at first I didn't understand why you were saying or why you think that the writer was optimistic because well, he was very pessimistic at the
Yeah, he
beginning, like
was.
oh my god, he was
But
lost
but
and
he was pessimistic
he thought
because
that he
his
had no
idealistic
inspiration.
was crushed. I mean, that's
Idealistic, yeah.
yeah, that's
Okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah, maybe probably eventually. I remember the part when he was talking about music and how wonderful it is and what it makes you feel. And another important topic they were talking about is like self selflessness and selfishness. Like, what's the point of doing that, right? He was like, okay, what if you do art? And you already mentioned that scene that when they were sleeping, and he said like, okay, but what's the point of making art or um, uh, making music? Is it for you, for your own joy, or is it for others? Why, right? And then the professor said like, yeah, what are you talking about? I mean, then he mentioned like the poor people and people dying of hunger and this kind of thing. Like, um, but the point is like, why do we do what we do? I mean, do we do art or we do? Are we looking for our own satisfaction in a selfish way, or if the point is to do something for the others, selflessness? So I think they were talking about this kind of perspective. And if you ask me for about the Stalker, was very interesting because at the first part of the movie, I had an impression of him like a bad guy. He said nothing, or he was like very still, very quiet, very mysterious. And eventually, you see that he was a very religious man. He was also like very devoted to his own beliefs and thoughts and everything he believed. I mean, he wasn't. They were the different characters were describing themselves according to the impression they had from the others. Because, for example, the when the writer said or told the stalker, okay, you are doing this here because you decide who lives and who dies, and you are just looking for our money. And I mean, that was the way he was thinking. Like, it was like the Western way, or the Western perspective, right? But he wasn't thinking about just getting rich. He was thinking about helping the others, right? It was the meaning and the purpose of his life. So at the end of the movie, he was very disappointed for this reason. He was like, "Oh my god, I am exhausted because these guys only they believe in nothing. They only think about the money and how to get a profit from everything." So this guy is like to me like uh, I don't know if fanatic or a really religious man, devoted to his beliefs, and that's why I think that the probably the director chose these three different perspectives because he was yeah, he was following the tradition, God, and especially the zone, while the writer was following like his passion, or he was looking for what he enjoyed, but he wasn't sure if that was for the others or only for himself. And the professor who was just trying to explain life according to science and in a methodic way, as you said. So
yeah.
those are the three perspectives I could identify.
Yeah, it could be like the Stalker at the same, like in the middle one, right? He's trying to. I see it in this way because the writer, all his work is for the others, and he's waiting to be judged in a good way, of course, but he wants to leave something behind for others, not for him. Like one, yeah, one side, and the other side is yeah is one more the professor who is like a selfish guy. He wants to destroy this, even when the other partners of him, the other scientists, decide to not destroy the zone. He said, "Hey, no, I believe that is better, and I want to do it." But it was just him, his decision, right? So he's in the other side. He wants just to accomplish something for him, and in the middle is the stalker that he wants like to have a meaning in his life, which is could be a selfish thing. It's not bad, but just looking for him, but working for the others. So for me, it could be like the
Yeah, like the balance
just
of the two ways.
yeah, more yeah, it could be the
Yeah,
balance. But it is not perfect. I mean, we just saw how his family is really bad, and he is not there. He gives everything to the other people, even if it cost uh, his life out of the zone.
yeah,
So the three of them are like following some beliefs and, and having mistakes, but they are trying to reach something for the others, for both yourself or the others, or just for yourself. But but yeah, they try like in that way. So maybe that's why this guy has this crown, right? Because he's
yeah. He's giving
has
himself to the world.
yeah,
But you know,
absolutely, yeah.
it's really good now that I see it. Like the whole construct of the film, like this isolated space, allows you to see the way these people see the world. Like outside of this space, that was his life. Like every single day of his life, like they view the world in that way. But to have this journey with them, it isolates like any distraction and allows you to see like the mechanisms of the mind of everybody. And I think that's what I like of this movie, like in a way. But I don't know, I wanted to talk about the ending a little bit. There's like this scene with the daughter of the stalker, and she has like telekinetic powers. And I don't know, it's like a confirmation of a miracle, or a confirmation that the zone has a certain influence in this world. But I don't know, what do you think about that scene? Or why do we need a proof? That's like my main thing with this movie. Like, why do we need a proof of everything? Like, that's our mind rationalistic trying to make sense of everything. But there's also like the faith, like you believe this zone is special, but maybe it's not special at all. And so you need to believe, or you need proof, or you need to experience. And I think that's an interesting way to looking at life also. I don't know.
What do you think, Luisito?
Yeah, I think that it's connected or it's related to the first scene of the movie when we could see the stalker sleeping with his family, and then the train moves the glass on the table, and then at the end, it seems like the girl is moving the glass with her mind, but at the same time, you can think that oh, probably it was just a train. It was just a train
Yeah,
above them, and
Yeah,
which moved the glasses, right? So it's like, as you said, it's not clear. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, you can believe that the girl has superpowers, or that it was just the train. It's like if we were talking about the ghosts, right? So so to me, it's like how it represents how powerful or how different our perspectives are,
mm,
and yeah, it probably is connected to the religion part that we were talking before because I don't know. For example, the superpowers or the miracles made by Jesus probably there was. I think that I don't remember if you were in the movie club, Leo, but it was. I think it was before. There is a movie
mm,
called I don't remember. It was about a caveman. I mean, the idea was that Jesus was immortal. He was immortal, but he was first a caveman, and then he was, as he
Okay.
was immortal, he went
Yeah.
through the different stages of the humanity. But
No,
the
I did
people,
not see that one. That sounds good.
it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like other
Mariano is
people were thinking like,
confused.
oh my
It's
god,
like, what
I
movie
am really
is that?
I don't, re-
not sure
I
what
don't
movie
remember.
you're talking about. No, I mean, I was with you and all the movie clips. I don't remember it. But do you remember the name?
That,
Let me look for it. It was recommended by me. Aldo. Aldo recommended us that movie.
Yeah. Oh.
It was all the movie. All the movie was happened in a house. A guy was moving to a new house, and his friends came with him, and they were talking about a bunch of things. And then suddenly he thought like, oh, I mean, he had a bunch of different personalities, like in this movie. Like there was a scientist, there was an anthropologist, there was a historian, and a bunch of different guys. And then he told them like, okay, what if I told you that I am immortal, right? And they were like, ah, come on, stop kidding, right? And eventually he started explaining everything, and until he confesses that he's Jesus, that he's Jesus Christ. But they didn't believe him. Like they were like, come on, stop it, right? Do
Uh-huh.
you remember that?
No,
Do you
no,
see
no.
the movie?
I don't remember it. Maybe I wasn't there and just in that club. No, I
maybe
don't
you
remember.
got
Okay, okay.
that movie from the zone. It's not from this reality, like that. you know,
Yeah, the movies from the zone. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
It sounds weird. Sounds weird.
yeah. We will need
Yeah,
to search it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
on
Please
Tubi.
search.
I will. It's on Tubi. I will send you the link. It's for free. But yeah, the idea of this is like,
Uh-huh.
okay, in this movie, the guy was immortal, but he explains that many things that are attributed to Jesus' miracles. He says like, oh no, it was just. I mean, people thought that I was dead, but I wasn't dead. I just learned a skill in the Middle East that the monk showed me how to meditate so deeply that I looked as if I was dead, right? So these kind of things, like people interpreted like miracles, but they were not miracles. So for me, that's the idea of the glass. That it's something that it looks, for some people could be a superpower or something extra normal, and for other people could be explained rationally, like the
Sure,
professor, like
sure
the
thing.
science. But both have. I mean, no, there is no one reason. I mean, both are right in some way.
I
So
mean,
that's
I don't
why I
know.
think that it was.
If we just think like something simple but also so big, like just to think of the sun, that it rises every single day, and you look at the sun, it's a miracle if you look at it in a certain way. But if you look at very rational, it's like, yeah, this is and it's different. It's a different way of looking at life, and
Yeah.
but that changes completely your experience. That changes everything. And I think this movie, maybe I think we finally understood it. Like I have seen this film before, but I think I never actually got it. But if we look it in this way, I think it makes sense to me. Like the different
Okay.
approaches or ways to reality, and the zone in this way, it's the way. eh, if you think or you experience life in a certain way, the zone will give you back exactly that way, like what you were saying before, Mariano. Like
Like
the
the karma or what?
yeah, maybe, or like mm, I don't know, like a polarity, like what you give, it brings you back, and so that it's your life, like that's all that you have. I don't know, pretty powerful in a way. And so maybe the soul maybe is nothing special, but to recognize that you can change your path, or there are many, I don't know, that's powerful.
Yeah, I like it. Maybe it's that. I'm really, to be honest, with the audience, I didn't finish the movie. I need to see the last 10 minutes. So I'm not sure about this last scene of the girl moving things with teleconnected powers. But let me ask you, it couldn't be more like something related to an artistic thing, like as you were saying, Leo. These movies uh, came from another what novel, another book
Yeah, yeah,
about
it's a book.
aliens.
Hmm.
So maybe this guy said, "Hey, I need to put something, uh,
Yeah,
anything
that's
else
what
related."
I was saying. Like in the beginning, like there was like an
Uh,
influence from the studios that they wanted to make the movie
yeah,
more appealing to other audiences. And I think this
yeah,
scene
could be
from the
right.
daughter, it's one of those that were added. Maybe. I mean, there are many stories about Stalker, but
They,
maybe that
sorry,
was
they
added.
used color in
It's
this
in
last scene.
color. Yeah, it's in color. But there's
Okay.
I don't remember, Luis, the scene at the bar at the beginning. It's in sepia, in black and white, or
Yes,
it's in color.
it's black and white.
Yeah. Okay.
It's black and white.
Yeah, both times at the beginning and also at the end. It's black and
Interesting.
white when they are back.
When they
Yeah,
are back, are it's back and black and white. Maybe,
yeah,
maybe yes. Maybe they use these colors just to show us the world. My goodness, I just have this idea that could be we can match the zone and out of the zone with the nature path and the grace
Yeah.
path
Sure.
of the
Sure
tree of
thing.
life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be those, and of course the writer and the professor choosing one of those paths, and in the middle the stalker, right? I mean, just another way to put the ideas together
No,
could be
no, but
that.
it's related. Yeah, like it's a harsher world in the one in black and white,
Mhm.
for sure. Because it doesn't
Yeah, that's
give
right.
you that hope. It's just this is the way the world is. You need to survive or die. Like that's the only way. And in the zone, you have this experience that maybe eventually you will reach something. And so,
Ooh, the dog. Why do we have this dog? This dog is in their dreams and also is in the real world, out of it.
yeah,
Why do we have this dog there? I couldn't find, I mean, I asked you because I couldn't find any answer. I was thinking that could be like the nature itself with them in a certain point, but I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't have it
yeah,
really,
or like a
really
guidance,
clear.
like a guidance to the stalker. Like he's the guidance to those people, but maybe that dog is the guidance to the stalker.
The stalker didn't. No one react to the dog, right? The dog is just there, but
Yeah.
no one tried to reach him or talking to him.
Mm.
I mean,
at the
that's
end
why.
only.
Okay, yeah, just at the end with the bomb and everything there, right?
Mm.
So I wasn't
Yeah,
sure,
I
to be
was
honest.
thinking.
Uh,
I had the same question. That my first thought that was like, I mean, immediately remember this part of the here in Mesoamerican culture, right? Like the
Yeah, yeah,
Xolotl, the dogs leading the death to through the Mictlan, right? But it's not only from these cultures, right? In other, I don't know much about for example, the Egyptians, but I know that cats are very important to them. So
mm-hmm.
I agree with you that probably it's related to kind of a guidance that we have found in animals, like they know something we can't see, or they kind of guide us through nature because they are more adapted to it than us, because we are, I mean, we have lost that connection to nature and they still have it, right?
Mm.
So so probably I also thought about this kind of guidance and connection to nature through animals, that they are a bond to us. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
okay. Yeah, yeah, I like it. Not really sure, but yeah, I mean, we don't know. Tarkovsky is dead, right?
yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
there's a story that says that he
Uh-huh.
was killed because of Stalker. Like the actor,
Oh my
the
god.
one with the writer, the one with the crown,
Hmm.
he died of lung cancer or something, and also Tarkovsky. And so in the set, there are some scenes like with pipes and very toxic wasteland things, and so they breathe all that. Maybe they died because of making this movie. Yeah, there's that theory that
They were smoking some crack from Chernobyl.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
some
they shot the film like in actual ugly residual place,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they inhale that. And so there is a after Stalker, he was exiled from Russia, from the Soviet Union, and he made a movie in Italy called Nostalgia, and he reflects on his homeland and how he is vanished now. And if you want to see it, it's good. A bit slow also, but it's good. But his last movie is called The Sacrifice, and so
Okay.
yeah, that's actually an amazing film. It's about the day when the World War III is begun, like the day World War III begins, and so a family, how that affects that family. But it's actually about Tarkovsky and his crisis of faith, because he's dying. He knows he's dying, and he says, "I have made films, and this is it. But why have I done it?" And all the movies about that doubt. It's really good. The Sacrifice. It's really good. But
I know this is not the topic, but let
yeah,
me ask you: he lost his faith at the end.
no, he didn't, and
Okay.
that's
So,
interesting.
spoiler? No.
No, the last shot that he did in the
Mhm.
Sacrifice, it's ingrained in my mind. It's amazing, amazing,
Okay.
amazing.
Okay.
I
My
will
goodness.
never forget that
We
last
can
scene.
try to look for a space to have
Yeah,
it.
we
I,
can.
I mean, as you said, it's a little bit slow this movie, but
But
I really
but the
like the
Sacrifice, we
Tarkovsky
could view
work.
it. Nostalgia is a bit boring. Solaris also. There's one called Andrei Rublev. That's my favorite. It's really good.
Uh-huh.
It's also about a crisis of faith. Yeah, maybe all his movies are about the same thing, but
Yeah, maybe
it's
this
about
is
a
the topic.
painter. It's about a painter of like churches, and there's a war in Russia, and he sees so much violence and so much hatred, and so he
Uh-huh.
makes a vow to not paint again and not speak again, and it's like the movie of a monk in so many years. It's really good. He's a good
It
director.
sounds really
No,
hard,
he's
to be
really good.
honest. It's really
The
interesting.
only problem is that he's a bit slow. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
But
sounds good. I would like to make some space and we'll have more of this guy here.
more
More
Tarkovsky,
club.
sure.
So, anything else? Any final thoughts? I never asked you, but do you like the movie? I mean, we can see some good or bad movies, but I'm not sure. Do you like it? I really like it.
Yeah, I really like it. I really like also the
Yeah, totally.
cinematography. It's amazing. Like one of the best
Absolutely.
shot films ever, I think.